Hello everyone, so I have 200 subscribers now. So, to celebrate, I did this Q&A thing where you could ask me questions, and now I'm going to answer all of those questions because I have 200. From this guy called South Park 333 Gaming. I don't really know who he is, but oh yeah, it's me. How stupid of me. So, would I rather sing a lullaby for a nude or eat a crinoid? Um, I would like to sing a lullaby for a nude. That would be cool, I guess. What's my favorite animal? Don't really know. I like pugs and stuff, and kittens are quite adorable as well. Um, what's my favorite movie? Well, I love Silence of the Lambs. And I think it's a prequel. The Red Dragon is really good as well, and that's probably my two favorite movies, to be honest. Yeah. So from Whovian Reviews, he asks, "Who's your favorite modern doctor?" Peter Capaldi. What's your favorite classic episode? The Two Doctors. What's your favorite new episode? Human Age and the Family of Blood. If any classic Doctor, not 8, were to come back, who would it be? Colin Baker would be quite cool, actually. Are you able to explode in a massive amount of fireworks? Unfortunately not. I would love to be able to explode in fireworks and stuff. That would be really cool. But no, I'm not. Even though I'm like, I have like creeper DNA in me or something, I guess, because I look a bit like a creeper. Um, Who would you want to play the 13th Doctor? Richard Grant would be really cool. Yeah. So from Auntie Pratley we have, who are your favorite to least favorite Doctors? We all know number one, but yeah. Want to know the rest? Favorite to least favorite? Well, of course you all know that 8 is my favorite. And if you didn't know that, then I'm really really surprised because I talk about him all the time that he's my favorite Doctor. So yeah, okay. So one is of course 8. My second favorite is probably I like Colin Baker or John Pertwee. I think I like John Pertwee a tiny bit more than Colin. So it's favorite 8. Then it's um John Pertwee. Then it's Colin Baker. Then it would be like Sylvester McCoy and like Peter Davison and um well, probably Tom Baker, maybe. Yeah, Tom Baker. No, not Tom Baker. Patrick Troughton, William Hartnell, and then Tom Baker, and then um, Peter Capaldi, and then Chris Eccleston, and then David Tennant, and then John Hurt, and then Matt Smith. So yeah. Also, what are your top 10 favorite Doctor Who stories of all time? Can be anything. Big Finish, book, TV, doesn't matter. Um, well, that's a really difficult question. Um, oh, okay. The Two Doctors, Spare Parts. This isn't in any order, it's just stories I really like. Um, Lucy Millet and To the Death. Um, Vengeance on Varus, The Caves of Androzani. Um, The Cyclone Who Fell to Earth. So many good stories. This is quite difficult. Medicinal Purposes, really good as well. So many good stories to choose from if I can choose every. Black Orchid, Survival maybe. Yeah, Survival's pretty good. And then, Minute in Hell probably. Yeah, I like Minute in Hell quite a lot. That's like just some stories I don't know. Just some stories I really like. Some of my favorite Doctor Who stories of all time. Okay. Mandesian Monster asks, how many Doctor Who books do you own? I don't know really, but I think I own around 70 maybe. 60, 50, something like that. What is better, 10th Planet or Invasion? Or the Invasion. Well, I would say they're quite tie, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I maybe Invasion's tiny bit better than the 10th Planet, but they're both really good. Can you do a Love versus Hated for the Time Monster versus the Daleks Invasion of Earth? Yeah, sure. React to this video. No, sorry, I can't do it because copyright and stuff. So your favorite and least favorite for each Doctor books and Big Finish count, okay? Then favorite story from each Doctor. So favorites would be like my favorite first Doctor story of all time would be like probably like the Celestial Toymaker or the Gunfighters. Um, then it would be like the second Doctor would be like the War Games maybe. Yeah, the War Games is really good. Then for the third Doctor it would be Frontier in Space. Fourth Doctor would be the Brain of Morbius. Fifth Doctor it would be Fifth Doctor probably the Chaos around Rosani. Sixth Doctor. No, actually, the Fifth Doctor, I would say Spare Parts. Yeah, for the Fifth Doctor, it's Spare Parts. The Sixth Doctor, it's the Two Doctors. For the Seventh Doctor, it's Night Thoughts. And for the Eighth Doctor, Lucy Millens to the Death, or something. Very, really difficult because I gave like half of his story a 9 out of 10. Okay, so I guess my favorite, would be like Lucy Millens to the Death or something. And Ninth Doctor, I don't know, Dalek maybe. 10th Doctor, Human Nature and the Family of Blood. 11th Doctor, The God Complex. I'm not a big fan of his era because I would only give The God Complex like an 8 or something. Then the 12th Doctor, well, for the 12th Doctor, probably Under the Lake or something. Yeah. He hasn't got that many good stories, but he has a decent amount of really good stories, actually. I mean, I like The Magician's Apprentice and The Witch's Familiar. That's quite good, even though it went over my head, like, quite a lot when it aired. Then he has Another Vegan Before the Flood in season 9, I think, and Face the Raven. That's, like, his good stories there, in my opinion. He's, like, really good stories. Well, they aren't really good. They're, like, sort of 8s out of 10. And then, like, in season 8, he has, like, Mummy and the Orient Express and Dark Water and Death in Heaven, and that's like his really good stories. Then Flatline's quite good as well. Yeah, and then he says, "I want to be in the live stream." Sure. I mean, everyone can be in it. So like the live 200 subscribers one, everyone can be in that, but you can only be in it for like 10 minutes at a time. I'll explain that later. So yeah, Doctor Forever asks, Big Finish of the books. Difficult question. I mean, I've listened to like 100 Big Finishes at least, so, but I've only read like 20 books, so it's like sort of a bit unfair for the books. But well, I like the fact that the books are books. I think that's like, I like having, well, being able to read Doctor Who stories. That's quite nice. Yeah. So, I mean, I haven't come across any books I would give a 10. I've only come across some books I would give 9 and 8s and stuff, but I haven't come across any books that I would give a 10. But all of the books have been quite enjoyable apart from 3, and that's The Ultimate Evil. Very, very terrible. Iceberg, I really wouldn't recommend that one, and Instruments of Darkness. So yeah. If only one Doctor Who story could get a cinema release, which one would it be? Well, if like the Daleks' Muscle was ever found, that would be quite cool. But it's not a very difficult question. I mean, Daleks' Muscle would be cool. Yeah, the Two Doctors because it's my favorite TV story. And I don't know. Yeah, they're just something like that. If Paul McGann wasn't in Big Finish, would he still be our favorite Doctor? Well, I mean, the reason why I started liking Paul McGann was because of Big Finish, but I guess if Big Finish didn't exist, or he wasn't in Big Finish, he would still be in the books. So I guess I would still have experienced his Doctor, but he probably wouldn't be my favourite. He would probably be my third favourite or something if he wasn't in Big Finish. And then he asks, do you play any sports? No, I would never dream of playing any sports. No, I don't actually. Not really. No, sorry, I don't. So, Hemabro Yashi asked, which sonic screwdriver model is your favourite? Well, Paul McGann's from Dark Eyes is quite cool. Which Doctor Who story was the first? Rose was the first ever story I watched, but then the Aztecs was the first classic. I think it was the Aztecs. I'm pretty sure it was. What would you do if you suddenly owned every single Doctor Who story ever, TV and Big Finish? Well, TV. I mean, I don't collect the DVDs because I watch them on Daily Motion, and I have already watched every single TV story. So, yeah. But I mean, he says later on that the missing episodes would be included as well, and that would be really awesome if I owned every single missing episode in Big Finish audio, and I would have a lot of DVDs as well. That would be, I don't know, good, I guess. I mean, I would have a lot of special features to watch, so I would be really, really happy. That's like one of my biggest dreams would be to own every single book in Big Finish, and that all of the missing episodes were found. That's like one of my biggest dreams. That would be so cool. Um, so yeah, thanks for the question. Sanihara asks, well, he says, you deserve each and every single subscriber. You have, you are a top YouTuber. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. And then, my questions are, okay, what is your guilty pleasure episode of Doctor Who? Well, I have a couple of guilty pleasures, but like, the Dominators, that's one of them. Yeah, that's one of my guilty pleasures. Minion and Hell, but I don't feel guilty about that one because I do actually really like that story. I mean, I don't feel guilty about liking any stories, that much because, but like, I think the Dominators would probably be one of my guilty pleasures, yeah. I have quite a lot of guilty pleasures, actually. Which actor would you choose to play the next Doctor? Well, I've already answered this, I think, and I would say Richard E. Grant. Favorite show apart from Doctor Who? Ah, difficult question. Doctor Who is, of course, my favorite TV show of all time. I do like The Twilight Zone, that's quite good. Good sci-fi show from the, the late 50s and stuff. You should check that out. I do like South Park as well. But, like, that's more like I used to watch it, like, years ago when I, quite a couple of years ago. Yeah, but I don't really watch it that much anymore, but I used to really love South Park. So yeah, probably The Twilight Zone is probably my second favorite TV show. I like The Walking Dead as well. But Doctor Who's, of course, my favorite. But yeah, I'd say The Twilight Zone. So yeah. Okay, then from Guy Arkaroyd, if that's how you pronounce his name. Sorry if you can't see his last question. There you go. Great video. Here are the questions. Well, thanks. What is the scariest Doctor Who episode? Silence in the Library and Forest of the Dead. It's quite scary. But I wouldn't call any Doctor Who story scary. Really. Well, maybe Night Thoughts as well. Night Thoughts are that one. I don't know. What is the weirdest Doctor Who episode? Weirdest. Do you mean like messed up weird, or do you mean like weird and sort of a what is going on weird? Like weirdest and sort of that's messed up would probably be like Minion and Hell, but like weirdest and sort of what the fuck would probably be like Scherzo. What is the most funny Doctor Who episode? The Dominators. I mean, I know the humor is like really bad, but kind of funny, I guess. I mean, normally I don't have that type of humor, but I do laugh when I watch that story. I don't know, really. What is better, Doctor Who books or Doctor Who Big Finish audios or the Doctor Who TV series? Well, difficult question again. I don't know, like, they're quite the same, but as I said earlier, I prefer Big Finish a tiny bit from the books. So I think I think TV. I prefer the TV a tiny bit from Big Finish. Or TV would win a tiny bit, just a tiny bit. So yeah, that's all the questions. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next time for another video. And my next video will of course be the 200 subscriber live stream. So I hope you enjoyed the video. And that's it for me. Bye 200. Bye everyone. All 200 of you. Bye everyone.